PDFs are absolutely everywhere in our daily work, yet simply editing one still manages to completely derail an entire morning. We are usually just trying to merge a couple of pages, sign a contractor agreement, or delete a blank sheet at the end of a file. But the market for these tasks has stalled. We still rely on massive legacy systems that operate like they belong in a different era. That means suffering through 500 megabyte downloads, a constant stream of mandatory application updates, and recurring software subscriptions that eat into your budget. Doing basic maintenance on a digital document should not drag down your laptop's performance or cost you a recurring monthly fee. Right now, you are usually forced to choose between two extremes: pay a premium for a heavy desktop app or upload your private files to a random free website. This quadrant chart maps the PDF market by cost on the horizontal axis and privacy risk on the vertical. Traditional desktop applications sit right here. They offer offline security but demand a steep financial price. Conversely, free web converters cost nothing but force you to hand over sensitive data to remote servers. This leaves a massive hole exactly where we want to be, zero cost and completely private. Finding a tool that fits into that bottom left corner is the only way to break out of this trap. Let's look closer at the traditional desktop route. The companies dominating this space build tools optimized for huge corporations. To use them, you are committing to massive software installations and premium fees that easily hit $240 a year. For that price, you get an incredibly powerful suite. You configure precise pre-press settings, run complex text recognition, and integrate architectural CAD software. But if your entire goal for the afternoon is just slapping 2 pages of a tax return together, you are paying for dozens of complex features you will never touch. Paying a premium for a heavyweight legacy suite to handle basic PDF merges is like buying a corporate server rack just to check your email. That overkill is exactly why so many people just search for a free PDF merger online and click the very first link they see. Most of those free sites operate on a cloud web architecture. This means the actual work of combining or editing your file does not happen on your computer. This flowchart shows your document leaving your local machine, traveling straight up to a remote server, getting processed, and returning to you. With financial statements or client contracts, you are blindly handing sensitive data to an unverified third party. Even if you trust the site, your workflow is now tied entirely to your internet connection. If you have a massive file and a slow upload speed, you are stuck waiting. When a remote service is free and demands an upload, your private data is the real currency paying for the transaction. But there is a third approach that solves both sides of this problem. It is called a local web application, and a tool like PDFBake perfectly demonstrates how it works. Comparing the processing paths, with PDFBake on the bottom, you access the tool through a browser, but the processing executes entirely inside your own device. The file never leaves your computer. Because nothing is uploaded remotely, the risk of data interception completely disappears. You also skip the bulky software install. Once the web page loads, the processing is instant, even if your internet connection drops out. This specific setup directly targets that empty space we saw earlier. Zero financial cost combined with absolute data privacy. Local web architecture strips out the bloat of a desktop application while keeping your files safely locked on your own hard drive. Choosing a tool that runs locally in your browser requires a deliberate trade-off. You are giving up heavy niche functionality. If your daily routine involves parsing complex architectural blueprints or running automated Bates numbering across thousands of legal briefs, PDFBake is not built for you. By shedding hundreds of megabytes of application size and ditching the premium price tag, it intentionally leaves those power user tools behind. For everyone else, that limitation is an advantage. You get a streamlined interface that skips the complex menus and gets straight to the point. By deliberately excluding those enterprise features, tools like PDFBake give you exactly what you need to optimize your everyday workflow without the deadweight. So how do you decide which path to take? It comes down to matching your specific daily tasks to one of two profiles. Look at this scorecard. On the left is the enterprise power user. This is your corporate legal team, structural engineer, or pre-press designer. If you fit here, you genuinely need legacy desktop applications. You have to accept the steep cost and the heavy system footprint because those advanced features are required for your job. On the right is the occasional optimizer or the privacy-conscious freelancer. Your goal is simply to combine files, split a document, or securely sign a contract. If this is your workflow, PDFBake's local web architecture is the optimal choice. It guards your time, your budget, and your sensitive data. Using a massive enterprise tool to merge a simple PDF burns time and money. Matching the right architecture to your actual needs restores your efficiency. Downloading a 500-megabyte program just to combine 2 pages is an obsolete way to work, and gambling with your private contracts on a remote free processing server is a risk you never have to take again. Shifting to a local web tool like PDFBake is a practical, smarter approach to clearing out daily digital friction. For the everyday tasks that actually consume our time, lightweight, privacy-first web utilities are the new standard.